Our web application at this point is looking pretty terrible. It works fine, but it's just looking ugly. So what we'll do in this lesson is include Twitter Bootstrap in our web app and add some basic styling. The main Twitter Bootstrap package is this one, TWBS Bootstrap. So go to the folder of your web application and add the package in this manner. I've added already, so it's already added. And see how right away it just looks a bit different now because some of the styles of Bootstrap are already being applied. So if you've never used Bootstrap, that's perfectly fine. It's just a bunch of CSS classes that you can give to different elements, and it makes it look all right. So where you can find that is getbootstrap.com, and then if you go to CSS, you'll see some examples, some basic examples of different things. You don't need to add these top level tags, but you see what kind of classes you have to add if you want some responsive content like this. Usually it all starts with a main class called container. So it doesn't have to be like this one, just container. So that's the main thing we're gonna add in here. And I'm gonna be copying and pasting things because there's no point in typing in so much HTML, you having to watch me typing. So I'm not a particularly fast typer. So the whole page is into this container class, and then each thing is usually in its own row. So you usually create a row and a column of a column 12 would be just a full width. So all of these, the main part is going to be in a row like that. And so we can have the login buttons in there, and then we can have something like one title that says message board. Close that. And then we can close those, we can close that row entirely. So that will be the very first row. This will give it also the padding and whatnot. So as you can see, it already has a bit of a better look on the very top. So what about new entry? Inside of our template, we can add another one of these rows, these full width rows in here, and close those two parts like this. So we've got this now. I can do a bit of a better work with indentation. Okay, so for the forms usually have this class. I'll show it to you here. So if you go to forms, form example, see that form has this these divs. So the form has these divs that have a class form group. So if we just copy that and put it in this part, and then we can close that one like so. Then the text area itself, all the inputs have a class of form control. So the text area itself has a class form control, and that should bring the style to this part. So we just need to style the button and the list. So for buttons, it's super easy. Let's say that we want the green one, so that's success. So we just need to copy this class here, button and button success. Button and button success. And then for the list of elements, if you go to components, there's this component called list group, and it will make it look like that, like this. So all you need to do is just add a class to your UL element. So let's go to our UL in here and give it that class, and then give it the individual LI elements need to have the list group item class. And we probably want to put this also in its own row. So this whole thing also goes in its own row, like so. So if we quickly just fix the indentation, it'll look much better. So this one's done, and this one goes like that, and this part, let's see if we're good now. So once this refreshes, yeah, so all we have to do now is just add some more spacing here in between these things. So the button, I guess, can be also in its own row. And if not, we can always just manually add some margin to separate the different elements. So this is not, we're not going to be too strict on the CSS or the styling. We just need to look just relatively okay. Actually, for the button, there's a better button that we can use, which is this block level button. So let's make it button large and button block. And there we go. So we have now our message board, and we can add things to it, and other people will be able to see those things as well if they go to the same localhost. So to summarize what we've just done, we included the Twitter Bootstrap package, and then I just added a bunch of classes that are part of what a Bootstrap looks like. And I also wanted to show you how those things can go in the specific templates. So these can go in different pages and different parts, and as long as we're within a Bootstrap context, should be fine with the container, which gives it some basic spacing from the edges, and it's really all built around these classes. So it doesn't matter if you don't know Bootstrap. This is just how you could normally style anything with Bootstrap. It's just by adding the corresponding divs with the corresponding classes, and everything can be quickly grabbed from the Bootstrap page. So now our message board is ready, and it looks not so bad like it did, but it looks relatively okay. And hopefully now you've grasped some basics of Meteor, and you're ready to move on to more complex things.